As you see, Mr. TJ Jackson just walked through the door. He's a little late, just in time. Where's your brother?
We got one more behind us.
Oh, the late boys.
Now the show can start.
You say hi to the FaceTime people.
Hello, FaceTime.
Facebook,
man. Oh, Facebook. I'm sorry, FaceTime. Facebook. This is going to Mr. Rock.
Are you doing Facebook or Instagram?
I'm doing Facebook. Yeah.
What's up, Taj? I'm actually gonna send it.
What's up, Taryll?
Out myself.
How you doing, Taj?
Me? What's up, Taj? Come on, clean.
I like that. Look.
I've been wearing these things like this. Yeah. How you doing, TJ?
Doing great.
Good. So what you guys gonna talk about with me?
Todd, do you want to close the door?
I don't want it, but I will.
What time is it?
It's like 1 minute till we start.
Wow, you guys. I'm very scared.
Yeah. You been, Pops?
I've been fine. Been working.
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pops, what's your Instagram name?
Pops, Tito Jackson.
Pops, you cool with taking phone calls?
Yeah. Depends on who it's from.
Well, we won't know.
Huh?
We won't know.
Y'all don't screen them?
Uh-uh.
No.
This is
Anybody
live.
calls?
This is live, man.
Live.
I just sent a tweet out, so we'll
What is a bill collector?
Maybe say stop playing.
What is a bill collector?
Been looking for you, Tito.
All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
You guys put your phones down. You ain't going live.
I tweet. I'm the tweeter. I gotta follow Twitter.
All right, here we go.
No, this does that.
Welcome to the Power of Love radio show, sponsored by the Dee Dee Jackson Foundation. We are here to provide hope, resources, and a community so no one feels alone in their grief. I am TJ Jackson, and with me I have two of my brothers, Taryll Jackson
Hello, everyone.
and Taj Jackson.
Hello.
Taj. And then we have a special guest. A very special guest. Not only is he our pops, but he's a rock and roll Hall of Famer. Aren't you?
That's what they say.
Yeah, see?
We have Papa T, Tito Jackson.
One out there.
Pops, why? Your mic's pretty low.
Both our mics are low. He's trying to turn us down, Pops.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He likes to be louder than us.
Jerry Allen's got to be up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pops, thanks for coming on the show with us and doing it. We've been wanting you to be part of the show for a long time, so.
Well, it's quite different being interviewed by your son, so I'm very interested in how this flows.
You've never been interviewed in this way by us, have you?
No, I haven't.
Well, we'll go easy on you, Pops.
For the first 10
We'll
minutes.
go easy. We are live on the Power of Love show, so if you're listening to us right now, thank you for checking us out. Later on in the show, we're going to open up the phone lines. We haven't want to say anything important with your week before we get going. Nothing really happened for mine except Spurs losing 2 tough games.
Yeah, that first game was
Horrible. All right, anything important?
you want to move on from that?
No, it's just there's nothing you can talk about.
I give up.
Unsportsmanlike. I thought it was a dirty play. If anyone was
It did look a little bit.
well, that's another time. You got anything for us, Chad?
Baseball update.
What's going on in baseball?
My 12 players became 11.
You lost a
I
player.
lost a player.
How did you lose a player?
I guess one of the parents decided that it was best for the child. Did you know that, Pops?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, one of my players. I don't say he quit. I like to say that the parents removed him because I don't think it was his decision to leave. But it was the parents' decision to remove him from the team.
Pops, you
Yes.
coached us,
Yes, I did.
all 3 of us.
Yes.
Were we, first of all, were we good, I don't want to say students, but good teammates, good players? Not really in the skill aspect, but how were we as players?
Well,
Did we give you a hard time?
you didn't give us a hard time. You know, you hated to lose, but you love winning. But you guys
Competitive.
Yeah, you were competitive, but you were pretty good.
What was
Taj get down on this stuff?
Taj is hard. Taj is tough.
It's like Bryce.
What was the
Sling this bat.
So, yeah.
what was the toughest part about coaching?
Well, dealing with parents.
Yep.
Just like that. And Taryll, your experience.
Yeah, for the first time. Yep, I've heard that answer many
Why?
times. It's my first year experience.
What is it about dealing with parents, Bob?
Well, they don't understand. In order for your son to progress, it takes more than just the hour of practice or the hour of the game. You have to work with your kid as well. And you have to work with him and take him to the batting cage and throw balls and pitch balls and work with him. And don't expect, if you don't work with him, don't expect him to be Babe Ruth or Willie Mays, one of these great players when you get to the little league field, you know, because you don't work with him. So they expect a lot out of the children.
And they kind of have to put the blame somewhere.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of them live their lives to the children.
That too. Yep.
So that was kind of what you had to go through, too.
Well, I'm a little sick too, by the way. So sorry if I sound crazy.
It's okay.
But my thing is that for me, coaching is a lot of fun because I love the sport of baseball. But I'm really trying to teach them life lessons. You know, it's more than just showing up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach them responsibility. I'm trying to teach them how to cope with losing, with winning. You know, sportsmanship. I'm trying to teach them responsibility of making sure they got all their equipment when they leave. I'm trying to teach them teamwork. I'm trying to teach them all those things. And a lot of these kids nowadays, they just show up, and you know, some of the parents they baby their kids a little bit. I'm coaching 5 and 6 year olds, which is one thing, but now I'm also coaching 8 and 9 year olds, which is a completely different thing. So you got parents always wanting to come in the dugout, and you know, it's just
Really?
it's a challenge. Yeah.
Parents come in the dugout?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Wow. Well,
So you know, the parents don't go to school every day with their kids.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, it's like you can't have your child go through life thinking that they're going to be under a certain, you know, situation, a boss or a person of authority or a teacher. They're not always going to have the same type of rules that you have. So you got to teach your children to adjust and to respect and to follow that. And you got to trust your coaches or whoever's in that position.
What do you say about the Pops?
I totally agree with Taryll because the same experiences I had coaching Little League with the parents. The kids strike out and they see the parents see the kid crying going to the dugout, and the next thing I know, the mother's in the handing him a napkin. It's okay, honey. You know,
What are you doing in here?
Come
You'll
on,
be all right.
You'll be all right. Let it.
Yeah.
You know. Yes. So yes, I can understand.
That
I can
happens.
agree 100%.
But I got a great team.
Todd, you're pretty quiet over there.
No, I'm just listening.
You're just listening.
Yeah.
Because he was one of those kids.
I'm on both sides because I was one of those kids, but I also coached a little too, so I understand both dynamics. But yeah, I mean, I was super hard on myself. It wasn't until after high school that I actually started really just enjoying the game. Because I was so hard, like the weight of the world was on my shoulders, basically. And I would check stats all the time, and then it wasn't until I actually left high school, and then I was like, I'm just going to have fun playing. And actually, you know, if I strike out, I strike out, and it's a different way.
He had a tough time losing.
Taj would get
Poor.
upset. Oh, he's sleeping.
He was the worst out of us three, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was.
But I wouldn't get upset at other people. I get upset at myself.
Oh, yeah, it was all that stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So you had high
we have a
expectations
video.
for yourself.
You always wanted to hit a home run.
Yeah, I was down on myself. I didn't like go after other players. It was all about me because I expect a lot from myself.
Yeah, which you should.
You know, there's no reason to strike out. There really isn't. Even today, there's no reason.
Well, we are not licensed therapists. We're just ordinary people who have experienced loss and grief, and we're trying to share our experiences and what we've learned. about loss and grief and how to overcome and navigate through it, and how to be a positive, get some positivity back in your life. So that's what we're doing here. We're just sharing our input, sharing our output. How would you say that, Todd?
I would say input or output.
Okay, we're just sharing our advice.
We're giving
our thoughts.
input.
We're giving our guidance to help you get through life in a more positive way. If you think you need professional help, please seek and find professional help. Don't just rely on us. A couple of us are pretty intelligent, but not all of us. Just playing with you guys. I love all my brothers and fathers. We're all good. But, all right, so what do we want to talk about?
I want to talk, for me, now that I have Pops, right next to me, because just in terms of like loss and grief and all that stuff, and hope, you came from Gary, Indiana.
Yes, I did.
I know you were young, when you left, but at the same time, that neighborhood in that area at that time, and I don't know what it's like now, but in terms of, I think your dad and mom had a big picture in terms of wanting to get you away from that, getting away from the crime and the drugs, and keeping you disciplined and stuff like that. Did you know that as a kid, what they were doing in terms of making you practice, and because most of your quote unquote childhood friends, I mean, they are no longer here in terms of in Gary.
Well, when I was a young man, my father was a strict man, and he basically kept a close eye on all the boys, especially, and he basically was very strict in the sense that he would go to work and make sure that we had plenty of chores to do, or what have you. But I never thought it was to groom us to be the men we are today, or to have the responsibility. I've always thought it was just that he didn't want us to play with other kids, But now that I look back on all the great things that he did, because one thing I've always said in all of my interviews is my father didn't prepare me to be a kid. He prepared me for life, because your childhood is only so many years of your life, and after that you're a man forever. So I feel that my father prepared us guys for life.
That's great.
Pops, how old were you when you left Gary?
I was approximately about 14.
Around 14?
Yes.
When you were leaving Gary, how'd you feel? Were you sad? Were you excited?
Well, I was happy in a great way. I knew I would see my friends again.
You did? Okay. But I'm sorry, guys. But just from what Pops' story, what he was just saying, I think that's the case with all children. You never understand. You do a lot of things in life. Your parents teach you, and it makes no sense while you're doing it. But as you get older, you learn, the reasons why they had you do certain things, and you appreciate it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for me, what I think is amazing is just people that are in a certain situation and they're like, oh, I can't do anything because look where I'm at. Look where I'm in, blah blah blah, Gary, Indiana. What hope do I have to get out of that, or to expand?
Mm-hmm.
And some people don't want to, but I'm just saying in terms of like, your dreams aren't limited in that way, and we're talking to someone that
Yes,
that is.
besides us, the guys, we had very big dreams as well. My father recognized the talent in his sons at a young age, but I think we wanted to be celebrities, entertainers, just as bad, really bad, because we really admired that.
Who Pops was it that you guys wanted to be like the most?
Anyone, whether it was the Temptations, James Brown, anyone that was in that show business, Jackie Wilson, Isley Brothers, anyone that was popular and making successful music and records.
Now, I have another question. As far as rehearsing,
Yes.
because I know you guys had to rehearse probably every day.
Every day, all day.
Was there someone in the group that made sure you guys rehearsed all the time and was excited, was like, come on guys, it's time to rehearse? Was there a schedule, a set time? Was it grandma? Who was it?
Well, my father was my father. He would have the amplifiers set up and the microphone set up. So when we got home from school, that's the first thing we did. We rehearsed for a little while, and then we would pack up the equipment into the Volkswagen van and head over to Chicago or whatever, do our show, do our 4 or 5 sets and the homework and all that, and get home about 2 in the morning and go to school the next day.
What was there a leader in the band?
When
When you guys were rehearsing, was there someone that was kind of handing out the notes and?
It was my father. My father did everything basically. He was on top of the job.
That's great.
If you guys ever experienced a setback, whether it was a loss of a competition or even a loss of an instrument, how did you guys recover from that? Were you guys more like, nothing's going to keep us off our path? Or was that Grandpa's doing?
Well, I remember when we were kids, like you guys mentioned earlier in the program, that Gary is not known for his love and peace of a Malibu or whatever, but we were having a performance at a wedding, I believe, or something, memorial hall, and we were bringing in our equipment, and the guys decided, some gangsters decided to just take the equipment and march in with our equipment and take it from our hands.
Do you remember this vividly?
Yes.
How old are you?
Wow.
I must have been about 10, 11.
So these guys came and literally took instruments from your hands.
Yeah, we're carrying our guitars and our mic stands and little things, and my father's helping out, and they just took it from us to get into the place free. My father told them to give it back, and they refused to, and one thing led into another, and so we actually saw our father get pretty brutalized.
Wow.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I never heard that story, Pop.
Yes.
So, with you being 11 and younger brothers under you, I would think something like that could be traumatic to the point where you guys may have been turned off to do it because you may be linking that kind of situation to your father getting beat up or whatever.
Well, we were very worried about it, if he was okay or whatever. But he told us, while he was rushed off to the hospital, he told us to go and do this show and that he had to be okay, this whole thing. So we went in and did our performance just the same.
Wow, never heard that story.
That's crazy.
Wow. Was that just a one-time thing, or were there other incidents, not where it got violent, but other type of setbacks that you guys overcame?
Besides losing our brother Michael.
No, I'm saying as youngsters. And Gary.
Not that I can recall.
It was pretty smooth.
It was pretty smooth, TJ. We enjoyed our childhood, whether it was baseball or music, just playing with the kids in the neighborhood.
I'm going to ask you another question. Because you've all had to make sacrifices. Obviously, you guys became huge names and huge figures for really everyone, not just black people, but everyone. Did you ever, I don't want to say, did you ever regret it? Did you ever feel that you missed out on a better life or anything like that?
Well, sometimes I feel that I may have missed something, but when I think of what it is that I missed, I really didn't miss anything at all, because I'm having more fun than I ever had as a kid, and I get to choose the fun I want to have and how I want to have it. So it's the type of sacrifice that you don't mind taking it for the reward of life.
Got to travel, got to see things
Exactly, travel. I remember being a kid, and these kids are talking about, going to camp and doing these things and going to Hawaii this year and this and that. But I come back and say, you went to Hawaii? That's great. I went to Australia, I went to Africa, then we went to Europe. We went all over the place, and not only that, we got to see a lot of the wonders of the world as kids, so we would go back to the class and share it with the classroom and that whole thing. So these kids who were going to school with us, I don't think we really missed any more. We actually got the opportunity to experience more. I would say.
Now, Pops, when you guys were first starting, I'm sure there was a lot of jealousy, a lot of people teasing you, saying you guys wouldn't make it. You know, kids, you're wasting your time, these kind of things.
Yes.
Can you remember a specific turning point when the city, when the people started rallying behind you and they started, you know, feeling part of the group and were cheering you on and wanted you to make it?
Well, we had friends in our neighborhood, people like Johnny Ray Nelson, who's always been our biggest fan. You know, we used to dance for cookies for him. He used to ask us to do a dance or something. We asked him, well, you got any cookies? So he'd go to his kitchen and get some cookies and pass them through the chain link fence, and then we are doing our little show for Johnny Ray Nelson. But then we had the other ones, like, I won't mention her name, but she lived across the street, and her initials are BW, and she used to tell us, you Jacksons shut up at that house, you're making all that noise, y'all ain't going anywhere.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, she was, we were kids, she was actually teasing us. You know, as a kid, I don't think she meant it with all her heart. Being an adult today, especially, it's just kids teasing each other or whatever you want to call it. But I've always said that, like my father used to get upset because I used to sneak the guitar out the closet, but he ain't mad at me no more.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things.
Right.
So yeah.
What was going through your head, Pops, when you got caught?
Well, I was going through my head.
Let me just set it up.
We should set it up.
Do you want to set it up?
Let Pop set it up. He said, tells the
Yeah.
story.
Tell the story.
Tell the story.
Yeah.
How
How it all
it
started.
How it started with the string.
Oh,
Broken
my
string.
mother used to, my father played blues every weekend with his brother, Uncle Luther. And I would used to sit there and stare at his fingers and just stare at him, wishing I could do that and this and that. But he had a strict rule about his guitar. He used to tell Jackie and Jermaine and myself, when I go to work, don't none of you boys touching my guitar here. I'm putting it in the closet. Don't mess with it. Being a kid, of course, I was hard-headed, and I used to play it, and my mother let me do it. So she let me play the guitar for a long time, and I started playing the music and the whole thing, and I broke a string and didn't know how to fix it, and we didn't know what to do, and she told me, don't worry, she'd talk to him. But my father came home, he was pretty upset about it, he busted my butt, and then sat me down and put the guitar in my lap and say, show me what you know. And I started playing, I was crying and playing, and he said, Kate, this boy can play. He said, I'm talking to you, Joe. He really likes the instrument. So my father gave me the guitar and bought himself another one.
That's
and
cool.
he said, I want you to learn all the songs on the radio you can. And that's what I started doing, learning songs on the radio, playing My Girl and It's Your Thing and all these things. And me and Jackie and Jermaine was singing backgrounds like the Isleys and that whole thing.
So you would be playing the songs, and you, Uncle Jermaine, and Uncle Jackie would be like a little
Singing.
trio.
Exactly.
Pops, did they ever play the guitar?
No, I taught Jermaine how to play bass
The
on the
bass
guitar.
afterwards.
Yeah.
So did they ever see you playing the guitar when you weren't supposed to?
Oh yeah.
And what would they say? Like, why are you doing that? You gonna get caught?
No, they didn't care. They knew I was playing stuff that I was hearing on the radio, trying to figure it out.
But they weren't taking any
Well,
chances.
they wasn't taking those chances. Especially Uncle Jermaine.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, Pops,
I was more worried about Michael Marr than possibly telling.
they were younger and they may tell.
Yeah, who knows? Everybody was cool about it.
Pops, what was your first real dose of loss, of losing someone or something of incredible value? Your first experience.
It was very sad, a lot of sadness to lose loved ones, relatives, friends,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you have to realize that's part of the cycle of life. But it's going to happen. My first experience of that, I can't recall, because it's been so many years since I lost my grandma, you know, and my great grandmother, and like that, you know. So
I can guess, and I'm just gonna take a guess, because the first time for me where I saw you feel like, or I felt like you had to deal with a significant loss that was very close and tough for you, was Tony.
yeah, that was very tough too, losing my.
Because he was like your best friend, right?
He was my first cousin and my best friend, so that was devastating, and it happened overnight. And I think that's even worse. His sudden death is really bad because it's not supposed to happen. If someone's sick and you could live with them and you could prepare yourself and that whole thing, it doesn't make it easier, but it makes it a little softer. I think. You know. But sudden death is very hard because I've lost a lot of great close friends.
You have, huh? You have.
Yes.
That's one of the things why I was happy that you're on the show, because, you know, I think I've told you this, but you're probably one of the strongest people I know because of the closeness. You've lost a lot of close people to you, and you're still who you are, and I admire that about you, Pops. I really do, because you've gone through, I mean, so many tragedies.
A lot of friends I've lost.
And loved ones, yeah.
Yeah,
and it's just, it really is, I really do admire you for that, because you're showing your son strength through it, and you're a good role model in that way for us.
Where did your love of fishing come about?
From my father. You know, I've always wanted to be my father. Everything I do basically is from my father. You know.
So he loved to fish?
Well, he would take us fishing, and I would go fishing. Johnny Ray, next door neighborhood, Cookie Man, that's what we call it.
Cookie Man.
Yes, he would take us, and myself, Jermaine, and Cookie Man, we would go fishing, and Jackie would never want to go, but he'd be the first one at the dinner table to eat the fish, and my father said, "Boy,
put in the work.
get up."
Yeah. Taryll, did you ever fish or anything?
With Pop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember your experiences doing that?
Yep. Yes, I did.
Taj, do you?
Yep.
At Big Bear, and I remember the worms, going to the fishing
yeah,
stop. I remember putting the worms on the hook.
Oh my gosh.
You
I
know,
was traumatized at a young age.
You know, I don't think fishing wasn't that bad for me. It was actually okay, and it was fun because it was something we were doing with Pops. So I think I enjoyed it until the part where I saw Pops in Big Bear when he was preparing the fish.
For dinner.
Yes, he's so happy too.
I remember.
So happy.
I remember I remember you.
TJ, give me that
cutting the
knife
fish.
over there.
Yeah.
When
No,
I
real
saw
sharp one.
When I saw the fish's head on one side and the body on the other side, that was it. That was
For me, it was hard because it would be and I enjoyed fishing part of it, but then when the fish would, get on the boat and they'd be flopping, and and then all of a sudden slowly, and Pops would be so excited. He's like, "We got some dinner.
this is a good one."
And I'd be I'd want to throw the fish back in. That was the thing. And I think we did at some time. Pops got upset. He's like, "That's our food."
Man, I'm honey.
Was fishing like a therapeutic thing for you?
Yeah, it's therapeutic. You waiting all day for that little pole with you.
You've always loved water and being around water, right?
Yeah, I love just relaxing sometimes.
I remember.
That's why I get relaxed that way. I turn my phone off and just relax.
Remember at Shasta we went fishing. Remember that, Pops? Lake Shasta.
I remember everywhere.
That was the days where we got the He-Man characters. Remember that trip? And I remember this because we were fishing and I was using Pops' pole.
And the phone.
You remember the Pops? You remember that?
Phone.
Yeah, it was an expensive pole. And I lost the fishing battle, and the pole went in the water.
Yep.
And Pops couldn't swim, so we lost the pole.
That's amazing.
Pops, do you do anything now? You may not even know it, but do you do anything now that helps you relieve of any type of stress or any situations you're going through?
I still fish.
You do?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I mean, I could assume you still do, but I didn't know you still actively do.
Yes, I was fishing last week.
Good.
You still enjoy it the same?
Yeah, even more.
What do you enjoy more, fishing or building like your cars and stuff like that?
I probably enjoyed the fishing part because it's like I said, it's relaxing. It's relaxing, and you can basically just turn the phone off and just. I enjoy both of them. They both are fun.
It's interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. Oh, I have a couple friends that really enjoy fishing too. And they always talk about you and wanting to go out fishing with you.
Oh, really?
And I always feel bad for you, Pops, because you got 3 boys that just don't.
Not at all.
You didn't want to do any mechanic stuff. You didn't like to get your fingers.
I did the mechanic stuff. I built a RC car.
I know.
Yeah,
I
he did the
remember
car
that. I
thing.
thought you
Yeah.
would stick with it, but
The salt. That was good.
I think it was
Well,
one year.
you know what bothered me
Every
about
boat
that?
was
I'm
on
gonna tell you.
package.
I'm gonna tell you what lost me on that. Because I was there almost every day after school in the garage with you, working on this
I
car,
remember.
building it from scratch, right?
Yes, we did.
And we got it all the way to the end. The salt. It was a gas-powered one. So I remember when I finished it, we made it run, and it ran for like 10 minutes, and then it was done. And I was like, all of this work, and it only goes for 10 minutes, and then you had to charge it, and then you had to wait, and all this. Just too much work. And then the other side, you were trying to get us into airplanes, building the
Oh
airplanes.
yeah.
And what lost me on that was, son, you gotta be very careful. This thing right here could cut your finger off. Once you said that, see, Pops, I remember you saying that to me. Once you said that to me, that was not an option. I was not listening with no propellers, no nothing. Right? Isn't that what you said? You said this could cut your finger off if you're not paying attention. So I was like, you know what? This is not for me.
Be careful.
Yeah, but you love those things, Pops.
Well, I've never been scared of blades and things of that. Safety is very important to learn that.
You're very
throughout your
handy.
life.
What were your favorite? The cars, the boats, the airplanes, the helicopters? Because you flew them all, or remote control things.
My most fun was actually the baseball. I enjoyed the baseball. You know, coaching, hanging out with you guys. You know, just traveling around, going to the games. You know, the competition of the other teams and fathers and teams, and it's just a lot of fun at Encino.
Yeah, there's a lot of memories.
Those are good memories. It's a good little escape for you, I bet. With
Yeah, and I got to hang it, and you know, my life was pretty much planned by my own plan. I knew I would have, you know, children at a young age, so I could grow up with them. So if I had sons, I could still play ball with them or what have you. So I played ball with you guys a long time. If you still had a team, I would be playing with you right now, but you still hit the ball.
Can you run still?
Of course.
Yeah, you can run.
Well, you need to get the team back together.
You know, one of the things I love about Pops is a lot of people see him as Tito Jackson from the Jackson 5, but obviously, Pops, you're from Gary.
I'm from Gary.
You're from Gary, Indiana.
I'm
That
Gary,
never leaves
Indiana,
you.
like a
So
bee
I
from a
remember
hive.
one of my All-Star games. I was pitching on the mound, and a fight broke out at Encino. You remember that, Pops?
Long time.
It was a big fight. Both sides were fighting. It was an All-Star game, so it was some other city was fighting with some of the Encino parents. And I didn't know it at the time at the mound, but after the game, I was hearing how Pops was in there breaking everything up. So I thought that was funny because a lot of people thought you would be running away from that.
No,
Pretty
I
much saved
don't
it.
like violence, you know, and I just felt that someone was getting taken advantage of. That's all.
Yeah.
So it was myself and my good friend Tony Jackson, my first cousin.
Right.
Yes.
You guys broke up the fight. That's cool.
Well, yeah. Pops, Grandpa was big into boxing, right?
Yes, he was an amateur boxer.
Oh, I didn't know he actually boxed himself.
Yes, he did.
So, I know you like watching boxing too, not to the same level as Grandpa, but what makes it? I mean, maybe I'm.
You used to have you guys box too.
Yes, we used to box all the kids in the neighborhood because he wouldn't let us hang out with them, but he just wanted the other kids to know that we can fight just like you.
Don't
Was that
mess
a-
with us.
Was that a protection thing?
Yeah, the protection. Yeah, protection.
Yeah. Do you mind taking phone calls, Pop?
No problem.
All right, let's see who we have. We're gonna take a phone call. Who do we have with us on the line? Oh, wrong button. Who do we have with us on the line today? Hi, how are you?
And I got to meet you and Jackson throughout the show. And I was like, oh. I said, no, well, all the girls my age were liking New Edition. I was the huge Jackson fan. I mean, I had all the buttons. I still have some of the album covers that was on my wall. And I was like, everybody thought I was crazy. They were like, why would you like Tim? I was like, because you guys were cool. I just wanted you to know I was a true Jackson fan.
Oh, thank you so much for that.
It's nice to actually talk to you again after all these years since I talked to your son when I call in. But also, too, I just wanted to apologize to people like you and Taryll who were coaches. I'm one of those parents. I do that, except mine is with dance. I am one of those dance moms that think, why is my child in the front? Why she didn't do this? But I am sort of hearing it now from your side to see how you guys, the other side, in other words, the coach's side or the dance teacher side. I guess as parents, we want the best for our kids. And so we think we're doing the best, but sometimes, like you said, we need to step back, let them gain some independence, and let you guys handle it. That's probably why I don't have any sons. Because I don't know what I'd be all on the field trying to throw the ball at you. But it was nice calling and talking to you guys again. I just wanted to say hi to Tito because, like I said, I met him all those years ago. And it's funny I get to talk to him again.
Thank you again,
So
man.
thank you.
Thanks so much,
Thanks for
Mary.
your call.
Take care.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cool phone
That's
call.
really cool.
I like how she admitted that she was one of those type of parents. And it is understandable. You want to try to protect
It's
and
tough.
get the
It's
best
tough.
for your
Well,
kids.
it's very tough because I understand that's their kid and they love their kid the best, but sometimes you got to let go of their hands and let them learn things on their own or let someone else teach them things. Because hearing it from a coach, sometimes they grasp it a little faster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's a good thing. You know?
And also the thing,
And like you were saying, you teaching them responsibility.
yeah.
Get your things. Pick up your glove. It's in the middle of the walkway. It's the same thing applies at home. If they leave their shoes out in the middle of the floor, the parents tell them to move them or whatever. So they become in the habit of knowing I can't leave my glove in the middle of the walkway so the other players can trip over. I can't leave my shoes in the middle of the floor. So all those things put hand in glove to each other. So coaching is very experienced. It's just not about teaching the kid the game. It's teaching them to win together and to lose together as a team, as a group. Whether you work for a law firm or you're in an operating room or you're working as a bank teller or a bank personality or whatever, you know, you win together and you lose together as a team. And that's the model that we try to carry in our music as the Jacksons and the Jackson 5.
And that's really cool, Pops, because just hearing you say that, I noticed it is a team. No matter what you do in life,
That's right.
whatever position you have, you don't make it there by yourself.
You sure don't.
And I noticed, I mean, not to toot our own horn or anything, but when we do interviews, you know, we thank pretty much everybody that's in that room, whether it's a cameraman. And I remember we just did something last week, and I asked what time we're shooting, and the guy was like, you know, ask them in that room. We're just the small people, you know. And that he didn't mean anything by that, but it bothered me. I was like, no, you're important too. You're behind the cameras and you're setting up the lighting. So it's like it's that whole team concept, you know.
Exactly.
And it's unfortunate a lot of people just don't respect that and they don't learn that. They don't play those to that same thing.
I have a question for you, Pops. In that same area, how did you teach your sons? Because you were at the height of your career when you had me, and then Taryll and then TJ. How did you teach us to be humble. Like what in terms of that, because that's something that a lot of people say about us, and we did watch it from you.
Well, I think it's
yeah.
part of the DNA. I don't know. I have no idea. None of you guys are very, very much outgoing until you do your music trip. And that's pretty much the personality of the entire family. I don't know why, but it's pretty much that way. But I love you boys, and I love the personality you have. And I've always gotten very positive and great feedback on you and that whole thing. And I hear about other fathers that can't get sleep on the weekend. Their phone's ringing because little John or George is drunk or got in trouble or a fight or was arrested. You know, I just thank you guys for being such wonderful sons.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Pops,
Pops.
for putting that time into us and showing us love and always being there for us. We have another phone call. Who do we have with us on the phone? Hi, Toria. How are you?
I'm fine. Do you know where I'm calling from, don't you?
You're calling from France, right?
Yeah, that's exactly. So you see, you have a good memory today.
Well, I know your social media. Isn't it Toria from France?
Yes,
So
that's it.
He cheated.
Well, you have 3T and Papa T with you on the phone. Anything you want to ask him?
That's nice. So it's nice to have you, Papa T.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for listening in.
I called because I wanted to let you know something, and I wanted to take this opportunity to let him know, what you achieved, you guys. Since my first call to the show, I got the chance to know and to talk to wonderful and supportive people of all ages on Twitter and from all around the world, and we simply became friends. And I don't know if you see it, but there is a real support community on Twitter, and that's thanks to you guys. You build it.
Yes.
And I just wanted you to know it.
Sorry, that is so sweet, and that's what we don't know who we're gonna affect or touch, but we do know if we build some type of infrastructure, community, where everyone can help each other out. What you're going through, someone else is going through. So you may relate with them way more than you relate with me, Taj, or Taryll. So that's been our biggest aim with this radio show, and the whole Dee Dee Jackson Foundation, is to build that community to help everyone. Because we're all going to deal with loss, all different types of loss at different points of our life. So if we could just build a community where we can support each other, that's what it was all about. So hearing you say that is beautiful to hear, and we thank you for your support and contributing.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You dedicated so much time and work to do that, so I thought it was fair for you to know what you achieved with this show in a few months. In your intro, you always said that the purpose of the show is to build a community of support, and I guess you achieved it.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
I wanted to say that you can be proud of yourselves, and I'm 100% sure that both of your parents are proud of you guys.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much, Toria. So sweet. Take care of yourself, okay? Have a good night. All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
It's a sweet call.
Pops, I want to ask you a few questions, and just answer them quickly.
Okay.
They're gonna be quick ones. Favorite Jackson 5 song?
I want you back.
Favorite Jackson song? The Jacksons.
We can change the world.
That's what you do. Okay, favorite Michael Jackson song?
Billie Jean, baby.
Favorite Janet Jackson song?
Well, Nasty used to be my song, but I like Damn Baby.
Yeah?
Yes.
How about Jermaine Jackson?
Let's get serious.
Is your favorite? Favorite tour? Jackson's tour.
I would have to say, can I say two?
Yeah, sure.
Triumph Tour and the Victory Tour.
Why?
Because they were both a lot of fun and very exciting.
Favorite Jackson moment? Favorite Jackson 5 moment?
Being
Most
inducted-
memorable?
Most memorable is being inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's great. Favorite Jackson's moment? Because there's a difference between the Jackson 5.
Jackson's moment, the Victory Tour.
Okay, and then do you have a favorite moment, Jackson's, not music related, just family related, as brothers, as family?
Yes, winning the city baseball tournament.
That's great.
Yes.
Okay.
When was that?
When you guys were young.
That's with the Magic Johnson and them pops.
We beat everybody. We beat the
I
whole
remember
city
that.
of LA.
That was big. I remember that.
Uh-huh.
You guys had a good team.
Yeah, we traveled to.
Favorite proud moment of this 3-team moment.
Favorite proud 3-team moment? Actually, I think it was in France.
Why are you smiling so big? What happened?
Well, this guy was selling merchandise.
Sweden.
That's
That was
Sweden.
that's
Sweden.
Well,
the Globe.
I thought that was a good show, and you guys did very well.
Are you talking about the merchandise thing?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
I was in the same city.
Yes.
So that incident happened to be your favorite.
Jet 3 T-shirt.
Gotcha. I didn't know
That's
that.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
What's
There's
your-
a bootleg guy selling
Yeah.
merchandise.
Pops was very protective of his boys, and he didn't.
That was
like
a
the
pop.
fact
That was a Papa Joe moment, I think.
Yeah.
Because I remember what you said. You said
It's a
that.
terrible.
No, you said they did that to me. They're not going to do it to my sons. And I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
That was a Papa Joe moment, protecting your boys.
Pops, what's your favorite 3T song?
Anything. The very first one. But you know what? I like Guilty too.
This is, by the way, this is where you get this from. Why are you both leaning back?
Yeah, look,
We're Terrianos.
We're comfortable.
Well, we're doing the show here. We're eating the
We're
mic.
comfortable.
Yeah, look at that.
Hundreds of
Both
thousands
of us
of
just
people
chilling too much.
leaning back. Like there's no
Yeah,
mic
you
in.
guys should know this. Get in the mic.
We're Terrianos.
My voice is loud and low, so you can pick it up pretty easy.
I got another one. Favorite our family favorite moment. Not music related. Favorite, like most memorable thing. A trip.
I like when we used to go to Big Bear. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, with the snow and the ATVs and that whole thing. We used to go to Gorman. Remember that? And ride in the dirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
You had us riding those ATCs young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Taj got his at 7, I got mine at 5.
Yeah.
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 So I remember the helmets.
Yeah.
He had a 7 and I had a 5.
Yeah.
That's young.
We have 5 minutes.
I got one for Bryce too.
A helmet?
Oh, man.
No, motorcycle.
Oh, boy.
Huh? No, I don't think I should give it to him.
No.
One of those toy things.
Pops, I'm gonna ask you a question. It's a tough question.
Sure.
How are you doing with Uncle Michael's passing?
Well, my Uncle Michael will always be constantly on my mind because he was such a great brother to me. And one thing I used to always say to people when you lose someone, there's moments that you think of them, certain occasions come up or certain moments when certain things happen in your life, and you may have been in a certain place with this person and you're thinking of them. But for me, every day I get someone giving me condolences. So it's one of them. My brother was very famous. So people come up to me, sorry about your brother, your loss, and this and that. So he's thought of all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the reason he's thought of, but it's brought up to me all the time. So I've had to accept that I wasn't the only person that loved my brother dearly. The world loved him.
And I think we've even talked about that you know, we've lost obviously everyone from mom to friends, and the tough, obviously Uncle Mike was a huge part of our lives, but I think the tough thing with Uncle Michael is he's always in our thoughts.
Oh yeah.
Because of
On
the
stage,
music,
on the
for what
stage.
we do as musicians.
Yeah.
You can see his video, you can see someone wearing his shirt, you can hear his name on the radio, you can hear his name in the news, and like you said, someone will come up to you and express their condolence. So it's a very tough, it's a different type of tough to get through.
Yes, it
You
is.
know?
And but one thing I must say, by him being so popular and seeing him so frequent on the TV or hearing his songs on the radio, it gives you some sense of him, his spirit. You feel that his life's still there. You
Yeah.
know? And
So true.
I didn't see my brother as much as we had seen each other as the Jackson Five, because of course he was busy, I was busy. So sometimes it feels like he's on tour, something like that.
Yeah.
But then when you sit down and really think of it, and you haven't seen him in a long time, it hits you, and of course you grieve again.
I wanted to talk about, you have some new music out as well.
Yes.
By the way,
very exciting.
Pops, I'm very, very proud of you.
I got that in my car, Pops.
What's that?
I got one CD slot in my car. I got Tito time in there.
You're occupied.
You made the cut.
I gotta say, to say impressed is probably the wrong way, because then it seems like I had low standards, but I'm very pleasantly proud of you, and I think you really did a great job. We worked on 4 to 5 of the songs, so we knew those songs, but a lot of the songs we hadn't heard before, and I gotta say, I love them, Pops. You did such a great job, and I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you.
One-way streets, man.
And anyone that's listening, please spread the word about Papa T's
Tito time.
Tito time. It's incredible.
It really is.
Thank you.
And we need the support.
I just released One Way Street as my second single.
And that's my favorite.
And it's out right now, and you can purchase it on iTunes, of course, and Spotify, and Google Play, and other
And they're
distribution.
playing it right now.
Yes, it's on the air, and you can find it on the XM or Music Choice and on your urban AC stations.
I'm gonna ask you one more
It's on the
question.
chart.
I know you, Pops. I know this answer, but to answer it, what took you so long?
Raising you guys, I wanted to be there for you guys. I could have did this, like I just said. I just got home yesterday, and I came home because I had 3 or 4 days off, and I'm getting ready to go right back out there this Friday, and I'm going to stay out until I have to go to Canada. Then I'm going to Canada. From Canada, I'm going to Europe for a month. So you can imagine doing that and having the Jackson 5 too. I wouldn't have never been home. It's been like
Wouldn't been able to coach.
wouldn't have been able to coach that baseball.
Yeah.
Keep you knuckleheads in line.
Now, Pops, you still enjoy it? Still enjoy doing the music?
Oh yeah, it's part of me. I just love it. I wouldn't want to do anything in it's such a beautiful experience, a beautiful job. It's stress free. It actually brings you joy, and it's just something that's great. It's great. I love music.
What is your favorite part about doing music? Is it the touring? Is it the creating? What is it?
It's some of all of it. I enjoy the touring. I enjoy the live shows. I enjoy the royalty checks. I enjoy it all. So it's a little bit all, but it takes a lot of time. There's a lot of creativity, a lot of patience, and studying, and just a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to make a record.
And lastly, is there anything you do differently now than you did back then in the music, related to music? Do you have a different approach? Do you have a different mindset? Do you appreciate it more? Do you enjoy it differently?
Well, it's quite different because I come from the era when they only had like 8 tracks. So, you had to put all your music on 8 recording tracks. Now you have unlimited tracks. And the way you guys record today compared to where we recorded is totally different. I've experienced both. And I prefer the old school way because I feel, musically speaking, I think I know the older feeling songs have life in them.
I agree.
There's a magic.
Well, you can feel the life in it. You can feel the human feel of it. Where today is everything is so computerized, it's so perfect. It sounds that way.
Yeah.
Pops, we have to get going because it's already 1:53. But I want to end with you, maybe with 30 seconds of words of encouragement or words of inspiration. You've dealt with a lot of loss in your life. What do you do, or what can you say to those who are struggling out there? What would you tell them?
Well, what I do is I remember my loved ones and my friends in the light that I remember them in, all the good times and the pictures and the places you have maybe been with them. I hold them dear. I think of them constantly on their birthday, special days and holidays or what have you. But to sit around and just mope about it is not a good thing. You should seek some kind of professional help to help take you out of that depression. So try to get out and experience new things, new situations, and be with other buddies or other family members, and do something different in your life that'll help encourage you to carry on in life. And like we were mentioning earlier in the program, we're all going to experience loss, and it's just part of life. But just stay strong and love who you love, because without love we have nothing at all. So just keep your spirit strong, and God bless everyone out there in the internet land.
All right. Well, you heard it from our father, our beloved father, Tito Jackson, who we're incredibly proud of. Even though we're his sons, we're fans of him. You know, obviously, we love him like a pops, but we're also fans of him, and he impresses me every day. And every time I hear him talk, I just want you to know we love you, pops, and I love you, and keep doing your thing.
I love you too. Now we're gonna have a meeting 3T about music.
And we're gonna meet about it, but not right now because we got to go. All right. Well, thank you guys so much, pops. We love you, and thanks for joining
you
us.
guys out there. I'd like to say thank you.
It's good, pops.